Hey there, so I recently watched the Oscars and boy, did I learn something eye-opening about Harry and Meghan's struggles in Hollywood. Join me in this video as we uncover why they always seem to get snubbed at the Oscars and in Tinseltown. It's great to have you back on the King YouTube channel. Let's dive in. So earlier today, I was flipping through this big spread all about the Oscars. It was filled with dazzling dresses, glamorous parties, just a real feast for the eyes. But you know what struck me? Not a single mention of Harry and Meghan Markle. No invite to any of those glitzy bashes. I even double checked when they talked about the Vanity Fair party, thinking surely they'd mention Meghan, right? But nope, not a word. Isn't that usually the go to topic for any article about her? Then my mind wandered to the Oscar nominees. You know, they're like the kings and queens of Hollywood, those two Emma Stone and Cillian Murphy. Watching them accept their awards with such grace and gratitude is just pure class. And not just them, all the nominees showed their incredible talent and dedication to their craft. They really poured their hearts into their work, and it paid off with recognition from their peers. It's all about merit, not titles. These folks are the real cream of the crop in Hollywood. Now let's talk about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the ex-royals. It seems like their royal titles didn't carry much weight in Hollywood after all. Sure, it seemed promising at first those titles opened some doors for them. But once it became clear that they lacked talent and weren't ready to put in the effort, those doors slammed shut pretty fast. Hollywood's a tough crowd, and relying solely on titles just doesn't cut it. So does this mean real royals aren't appreciated for their skills and hard work? Absolutely, they are recognized. Take the Queen, for instance. She's revered worldwide for her role as a monarch. Senior royals undergo thorough preparation for their responsibilities, with high expectations for their performance. Of course, there might be a rotten apple or two, like Prince Andrew, who just don't make the cut. But for those who do, Princess Anne made it clear to Meghan Markle that being a working royal is more than just a chance to be famous, it's a serious job, a duty. Meghan's response? Well, she seemed to believe that duty was something universal. But let's be real, what have Meghan and Harry achieved on their own so far? They didn't quite thrive as senior royals, no matter the reasons behind it. The challenges seemed too much for Meghan, to the point where she felt the need to flee, dragging Harry along with her. They did have their titles, hoping to leverage them to their advantage, but it seems they couldn't fulfill their royal duties and lacked the talent to become celebrities in California. Meghan's main achievement seems to be riding on the coattails of hardworking charity workers, seeking credit without putting in the real effort. Her ego gets in the way of genuine hard work. And let's be honest, this superficial facade doesn't add any real value. No matter how much she tries to convince us otherwise, Meghan is not someone who's willing to put in the hard yards. As for Harry, he can take some credit for the Invictus Games, but he had plenty of help. Meghan, however, seems to think she deserves equal recognition for its success, even though she wasn't involved. It's just a flashy display for her, wearing ridiculously expensive clothes. It's unclear where they'll stand regarding the future success of the Games, with many calling for them to be disassociated from the couple. In all honesty, their royal journey in America seems like a total mess. Just ask the big shots at Netflix and Spotify. And now they're apparently considering a return to the very environment Meghan was desperate to escape. It's like one of those tales about old school salesmen, no offense to anyone just doing their job, but you know how it goes. Once they wedge their foot in the door, it's only a matter of time before they barge in and make a sale, pocketing the cash. It's a shame, really. If things go haywire, I'd caution the royal family to tread carefully with Harry and Meghan's potential return. Otherwise, they might just be inviting more trouble into their lives. There's been this sudden media push for Harry and Meghan to return to their old roles. You can easily find articles about it online, like the one in News International where Angie Morgan Royal suggests they need support. Critics argue that letting them go has made the institution vulnerable, especially considering their influence and ability to connect with Commonwealth nations. It's just mind-boggling. I mean, it's like they think if they say it enough times, it'll magically become true. But let's be real, there's no going back for those two. Personally, I don't think Meghan or Harry truly understand, appreciate, or even recognize the impact of their behavior on others. It seems like they're stuck in their own little bubble, convinced they're smarter than everyone else. Despite repeated setbacks, they still have the audacity to demand what they believe they're owed, like airing their grievances on Oprah for the whole world to see. They've made their personal drama everyone else's business. I mean, why else would they spill all their supposed truths on national TV? It just seems like a ploy to hurt the royals with lies. They've brought all this ridicule upon themselves. If they had just kept a low profile and actually lived the private life they claim to want, they might have earned more respect than they have with all their scheming. But as it stands, they've achieved next to nothing. They don't seem capable of achieving anything real. They're not exactly go getters, and they don't seem interested in the responsibilities they claim to desire. Working royals don't just represent the royal family, they represent the entire country. Sadly, Harry and Meghan seem to miss that crucial point. They may think they can smoothly slide back into the royal fold, but I highly doubt that'll happen because they've proven themselves untrustworthy. Just look at all the times they've made threatening remarks about the institution. The evidence is clear for everyone to see. I'm pretty sure British Parliament, MI5, MI6, they're all keeping a close eye on Harry and Meghan, making sure they stay far away from the monarchy, the British citizens, and the Commonwealth as a whole. With all the challenges we face, the last thing anyone needs is those two unpredictable individuals stirring up trouble. Personally, I doubt anyone would want to be represented by someone like them, drug addicted, disloyal, and treasonous. The grifters have lost their standing in Hollywood. Nobody wants anything to do with them anymore. Their reputation is in tatters. Frankly, I couldn't care less about what they did for Spotify and Netflix or their books. Nobody's interested in what they're peddling. They've burned their bridges in Britain too, and they're not welcome back there either. Meghan still craves the spotlight of the royal family, but she refuses to play by the rules. She's always trying to outshine Harry and doesn't fit in. They're simply not trustworthy. As for all the talk about them wanting to return, I'm convinced it's just their PR team working overtime. It's clear that Meghan isn't keen on putting in the hard work, while Harry might be feeling some regret about leaving, but now he's tied to Meghan. Trust is definitely a big issue here. Harry's credibility has taken a hit, and Meghan's trustworthiness was questionable from the start. What do you think about this situation? Feel free to continue the discussion in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't hesitate to share it with others who might benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe to the King YouTube channel for more updates in the future. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. Goodbye, and I'll catch you in the next video.